We may be heading towards a fascinating nightmare for Trump on the Epstein files. It's clear that Trump doesn't want the Epstein files coming out. Whatever the reason is it because Trump's personally implicated? Increasingly, it seems like the answer is maybe not. Is it because Trump's friends or political allies are implicated? Increasingly, it seems like the answer is probably yes. But Trump is panicking right now because something just happened that could mean there will be no stopping the release of the Epstein files, at least I hope. We have big news out of Arizona that affects this. Adelita Grijalva, the daughter of the late Congressman Raul Grijalva, has won the special election to fill her father's vacant House seat. She's not wasting time. She has already said she will sign the petition to force a vote on releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files. That one signature is the missing piece that Democrats need. The petition now has the numbers to move forward. Now, remember, this is not a vote on releasing the files. This would be a vote on voting whether to release the files. The point being, it will then put every member of the House of Representatives on the record. Do you want the files released or don't you? And if you don't, why not? Now, the reality is this should have happened weeks ago. Democrats lost time because of their own vacancies. Too many seats held by people well into their 70s and 80s, hanging on until tragedy strikes or illness or whatever. Raul Grijalva was 77 and battling cancer when he passed. Now, I think he was a phenomenal member of Congress. But the reality is clear. If the Democratic Party had a younger, healthier representation in place, this would be further along. And arguably a number of other issues would be further along. We've talked about that before. Okay, Adelita Grijalva is now stepping in to fill that gap. What happens now? Once she's sworn in, expected next week, she's going to add her name to the petition. This will force the House of Representatives to schedule a vote. And the math looks pretty straightforward. You've got all the Democrats plus 5 Republicans who have already signed the petition. That's enough to approve releasing the files. On paper, it's a done deal. You probably know that in Washington, D.C., nothing goes that smoothly. And is anything really a done deal? So there's going to be a circus to derail this. It's about to get big, big, big in the attempts to derail this. Pressure campaigns on those 5 Republicans who have crossed party lines to say, we want the documents out. There will be procedural tricks to try to delay the vote. There will be claims that no matter what the vote determines, the release of these files would be a national security risk, so it can't be done. And then also don't rule out somebody just getting cold feet once it's real, because Republicans are famous for talking tough when their vote doesn't matter. And all of a sudden, when their vote does matter, when every single vote does matter, they get cold feet. Trump world's rattled. Reports say that Trump is warning allies in Congress that this is a hostile act, which means he knows there are bombshells in there. Glenn Prager, the former DOJ investigator into this, said Trump does know, and he's deliberately covering this up. And so I wouldn't be surprised if there will be attempts to spin up distractions, maybe even ensuring that some key documents disappear before anybody sees them if it starts to look like this vote is going to go forward and be approved. But the point here is, even if the petition is signed to force the vote, which I think it will be, even if the vote happens, which I think it probably will, even if the result of the vote is release the files, which I think is a plausible outcome, I do not expect a clean dump of every name and details. Remember when Trump was enamored with the massive dumps on election night? I don't know that we're going to get the massive dumps as cleanly as some people believe we will. Now, politically, this is a nightmare for Republicans because for years they have been screaming, release the files. Release the files. It's been a rallying cry. But now that Democrats are the ones forcing the issue, Republicans are in the position of, I guess we have to go with it, even though Trump doesn't want these files out, or we say we're not going to vote in favor of it, and we're exposed as hypocrites. The upside for Republicans is that MAGA voters don't seem to care about hypocrisy and double standards. Bottom line, Adelita Grijalva's win is a big deal. It doesn't really close the chapter. It kicks the door open, and now we have to see who's going to walk through it. So the vote is coming. Trump is sweating. For the first time in years, the Epstein files fight is live and real and active. But my question to you, and I'd love for you to leave a comment, do you believe that before Trump leaves office, presumably in January of 2029, we are going to get the files? Leave me a comment, and remember to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel as we make a courageous and defiant push to 4 million YouTube subscribers. Can you believe it? I can't. A lot of people think identity theft is something that only happens when someone hacks into your account, but the truth is that it usually starts with your personal information being posted online by data brokers where anybody can find it. Our sponsor, Incogni, is a service that helps protect your privacy by forcing the data brokers to delete your information. This includes your name, address, phone number, even sensitive things like property records or your political affiliation. And now with their custom removals feature included in the unlimited plan, you're not limited to just the list of 250 plus brokers they work with by default. If you find any site exposing any of your private information, even one they've never seen before, you can send a link and Incogni's team will work to get that removed. This is serious protection for you and your family against identity theft, against fraud, doxing, harassment, and Incogni's data removal process is the only one independently verified by Deloitte. Get 60% off an annual plan when you visit incogni.com/Pakman and use the code Pakman. The link is in the description.